Welcome to the Block Sitdown. This is the One Foot In podcast. This is where we talk all things college football, go into the college football realm, the world of college football. And today, this is the post game show of week 11, I believe. And yeah, we got a couple upsets to talk about. That's mostly going to be in the 2 minute drill. And we got about 5 games to talk about more in depth and good matchups to keep up with and to shape the college football playoffs and the conference championships that's coming up. We got 3 more weeks of the regular season after this week. And yeah, now we get into the thick of it. And we're gonna start out. Let's start out with how y'all days going.
Today's Veterans Day. I mean,
Yup. Shout out to the
I mean,
troops.
just shout out to you two for sure. So it's Veterans Day. Yeah, we still got going to work. So to those who not working, they lucky for y'all. But yeah, honestly, that's really I woke up today. I was like, man, I just wish I didn't do the work today. That's really it, bro.
DJ.
Um, it was cool. It was just, I'm here. Nothing else I can say. I'm here.
See ya. All
How
right.
about you, Cameron?
I'm here
Uh huh.
to talk college football.
Yes, we
Let's
are.
talk about what happened in Lubbock, Texas. This not so close, but I ain't gonna say it's not even a close game. Number 7 BYU goes on the road to Lubbock, Texas. It felt like everybody was watching this game. Everybody was at the game. It felt like, bro, the people that were standing outside waiting for the whole week to try to get in, when they were able to get in, they showed out. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to Texas Tech for putting on a good show. And I think this is why NIL is so good and the donators are so good, because we get games like this. Number 8, Texas Tech take down and basically dismantle Bear Bachmeier, the freshman phenom at quarterback, and basically shut him out almost the whole time until the fourth quarter. They were able to score finally. But yeah, it was never close, and it was to a point where, like, okay, Texas Tech isn't scoring that much. They're not able to get touchdowns. They're getting held to 3 points. So when is BYU's offense going to get turned up? It never got turned up. You see LJ Martin, 10 carries for 35 yards. That's unlike him. Bear Bachmeier, 11 carries for 12 yards. That's not like him. He usually is able to get in space and make the big plays happen. He wasn't able to do that with his legs. LJ Martin wasn't able to do anything. And Barrymore and I guess Cameron Dickey will say that basically took over this game. And now we're getting on the defensive side of Texas Tech. You want to hear about a guy that's getting Heisman praise now? Is Jacob Rodriguez. Talk about Veterans Day. He's married to, I think, an Army vet or something like that. She has her fucking what's it called? Her camps that she has to go to and stuff. And this dude's playing fucking football for the country and putting that on his back. So it's just a great story in that aspect. But now he's getting fucking Heisman praise. He had 14 tackles on the game. He had a crazy stat line. It's a guy that I've known about for a while. But this was the game where I'm like, yo, this dude is everywhere. He felt like, bro, is there multiple number 10s on the field, bro? Because this dude, it feels like he's doing everything. But yeah, 14 total tackles, 9 solos. Like, yo. We talk about David Bailey, Romello Height. These are 2 other linebackers on this defense that gets it going. But this is what NIL does, bruh. The oil fucking investors out there fucking spending their money wisely on these players, bro, because they're getting it done. Patrick Mahomes was in attendance as well. He's a small donator in that aspect as well for the alumni. But yeah, how y'all feel about it?
This game was. It definitely had high expectations. And in a sense, if you watched it, it actually was pretty good because it was actually a decent clash for a minute. Hence the reason why you could say it was lower scoring per se. But I would say like Texas Tech defense, bro, was suffocating. Dude, they were suffocating BYU. Dude, it was like insane. I'm like every time I saw it, I was like, bro, like the score was 0-0. I'm like, okay, it might be a little bit of a slow one. But in that Texas Tech defense just kept shutting them down. The BYU offense, I was like, yeah. In that regard, it was like, phew, that defense is legit. I mean, like you just said, fucking what's his name, Jacob Rodriguez. That dude was he was doing everything damn near. Didn't he have like some like crazy like tip drill pick type of thing like in the game?
He had like a fumble or some shit, no?
But it was something in there. I was like, yeah, nah, this dude's doing everything, bro. I just saw him literally running all over the field. I'm like, yeah, he's doing it all for Texas Tech. And then eventually Texas Tech was just able to kind of take the game away. So I give big praise to Texas Tech. They really just dismantled this BYU team that had very good momentum. They were undefeated no more. So praise up to Texas Tech. They looking good for the Big 12.
Jacob Rodriguez, 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery. So talk about a guy that does it all. Rack.
Yeah. Obviously, the man, my Asian brother right here, man. I was obviously when I came watching the highlights, I was like, damn, 729. Obviously, I already knew what the score was coming into watching the highlight. I needed to see what really went down, and man, it's definitely that Texas Tech Raiders defense, bro. Like Bachmeier was trying to do everything, bro. He was trying to do what he usually does, but man, Texas Tech was ready for it. They did not want Bachmeier to do anything. They shut that shit all down. Anytime you try to do anything, they was there. They was ready for it all. It just felt like, BYU defense was just keeping Texas Tech at bay, just waiting for their offense to just pick up steam and just waiting for Bachmeier to just, find his rhythm. But Texas Tech, they just didn't allow him to do so, and that's why the score was it is what it is. BYU defense tried to keep him as close to home. Let Bachmeier eventually come back and do something, but it just the ball never got rolling, and this is why the score is what it is. And it was a close game. Well, it felt like a close game, but by the end of that fourth quarter, when Bachmeier finally scored that 7, it didn't really matter because it was too late. But yeah.
Yeah, it felt like, bro, are these field goals that they're getting held to Texas Tech? Matter at the end of the game? It didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
They like BYU couldn't find the end zone, the fucking uprights, the fucking the first down marker. It was everything was harder for them, bro.
Yeah.
It just was crazy that this is what NIL could do, bro. You talk about someone like Romello Height, bro. I just checked his shit because I'm like, I feel like he's played like Auburn, USC, Georgia Tech, and now Texas Tech, bro. In 4 years, he's been to 4 different schools, bro. Shout out to the NIL era, and yeah, this is like, bro, this fucking, you got some homegrown talent over here on this Texas Tech defense, but a lot of it, bro, we grind up in this portal, and now we just putting together, and everything's going crazy, bro. And this is Texas Tech team that has only lost is when their fucking starting quarterback was out injured and they couldn't play fucking football for 3 quarters and then almost beat Arizona State to come back. If they lost, that's the only loss on a season. So we could easily talk about this team as a top 5 in the country if they just somehow win that game. And it's not somehow, they lost by like 5 points, I'm pretty sure. So Arizona State barely held on at the end of that. But is this the end for BYU? No, because now they control their own destiny. If they win out, they go to the Big 12 championship. And when you win out, you have to face TCU, Cincinnati, which is going to be a big matchup, and then UCF. BYU sits in second in the Big 12 standings, only above Texas Tech. And below them is Cincinnati with 1 loss. So you're talking about BYU Cincinnati is going to play for like a play-in spot for the Big 12 as far as as long as everybody wins out. And that's going to be the game that matters for both teams on that schedule. And it's going to be very interesting because if BYU wins out, bro, Big 12 probably gets 2, maybe 3 teams with that Utah team, still ranked very highly in the college football playoffs voters' mind. So we're looking at a Big 12 that could push the pace and push a lot of these teams out of the playoffs that we thought SEC, maybe Big 10 get multiple, more than 2, more than 3, and I think SEC still gets that. But it's just interesting because this Big 12 really didn't have a lot of expectations, high expectations, and now they're Utah, Texas Tech, BYU, and potentially Cincinnati. We'd be talking about maybe getting a spot in the playoffs. Maybe not all, but some. Anyways, shout out to Big 12, man. That was a good game, bruh. Like, I like the energy from the crowd, bruh. And even though it wasn't necessarily a close game, bruh, it felt like I was waiting for that BYU to turn it up. They never did, but it was the fact that I was waiting for it for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the SEC. Texas A&M handle their business, bro. They do this every week. They know how to handle their business, and this is what makes them most dangerous because everybody talks about these SEC teams that can just take you beyond the yards every time, bro. It's always gonna be a tough game in the SEC, but not for A&M. They've been able to handle business every single time, and they need their praise for that because a lot of these teams in SEC struggle every week and somehow just make by and are able to come back and things like that. Texas A&M hasn't really done that this year, in my opinion. Maybe Notre Dame is probably the toughest game and probably the biggest win as well. Number 3, Texas A&M go on the road to Missouri in that construction site of a fucking stadium. 22, and they basically demolish fucking Zollers and win 38-17. This is a game where I'm like, yo, bro, Jamal Roberts and Ahmad Hardy are able to get 200 yards on the ground, 100 yards apiece. I'm like, yo, everybody on this team played good. Except for Matt Zollers, bro. I swear, the defense at the end, it is what it is, bro. You gave up 14 points in the fourth quarter. It was out of control at that point. But I was like, bro, I feel like everybody on this offense played good. except Matt Zollers, bruh. He went 7 for 22, 77 yards. It's his first start. I had high praise, and this is why I just wanted to see one drive out of him. If I was able to see one drive and be able to pick this game, I would have been way more effective in picking Texas A&M, way more emphatic because, bro, he couldn't give you nothing, bro. He had 2 fumbles. He lost one of them. Jamal Roberts fumbled, but that's just, bro. They ran fucking 30 times between the 2 running backs. But yeah, shout out Missouri. I think you still have maybe you could fuck up a couple of people's schedule, like Oklahoma maybe. But you got Mississippi State and Arkansas left on your schedule. Not really much to look forward to except that bowl game maybe. And yeah, Texas A&M, Marcel Reed, 20 for 29, 221, 2 touchdowns. Ruben Owens, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns on 13 carries. Yeah, KCC, 84 yards. Mario Craver, 59 yards. And yeah, this is just what they do, bro. Like I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't know Texas A&M football, this is a good showing of it, bro. They just know how to beat teams down, and make them look bad when they play them. That's just who they are. VJ.
Ooh, I think this game was definitely in hindsight to kind of how we talked about it last week about like how realistically, if Missouri doesn't start off looking good, especially with the backup quarterback, A&M is gonna take it somehow, some way. They're gonna take it, and it was evident. A&M got off immediately on the jump, and Missouri just could not, in a sense, go bang for bang in that regard. And so they basically just lost the game at basically halftime. The game was lost as far as I saw it. So shout out to Marcel Reed because he's still doing this thing, putting up great performances. Should be arguably like in that slight combo for the Heisman, doing this thing still, but it is what it is. As for Missouri, yes, hey man, just we'll see you in the Pop Tart Bowl, maybe. Maybe. So I mean, good kudos to them. Though it's good momentum. Pop Tarts Bowl, eat a Pop Tart when you win it, ain't no problem with that. So, good showcase by both teams. Honestly, not too much to say because this game was in hindsight kind of easy to read depending on how everyone saw it. But we all kind of saw it the same way in terms of if Missouri don't get started, A&M's gonna take it all the way. So. That's all I can really say. How about you, Rack?
Yeah. Yeah. This game, man. A&M usually, when I was watching the highlights, I'm like, oh, let's see if Marcel Reed is just letting this fucking ball fly, bro. He did not need to do that shit, bro. His fucking running back group basically fucking did it all, bro. They just gave the ball to the fucking running back, whoever the fuck it would be, and they just fucking take it off for however many yards they fucking wanted. They would do whatever the fuck they wanted to this fucking Missouri fucking front front lines, bro. Like they literally just hand off the ball, they just takes it, and you just see these gaps open for them too, and it was just like Jesus Christ, bro. Missouri can't do nothing. And then going to like before halftime, I'm like, yo, bro, if Missouri don't lock the fuck in and like start, filling that hole, bro. I'm not gonna this game about to be out of fucking out of reach, bro. And then they never filled in the spot and. Like I said, Texas A&M when they start cooking, bro, it just feel like you just let them took off, bro, and it's just no way for you to catch up with them. So, yeah, it felt like they couldn't just stop the run, which is kind of interesting, but it just this is just that Texas A&M offense where it's just like they had, if one thing's cooking for them, they're gonna roll with that. And if the other one's not, well, shit, they're rolling with the other one. They're not gonna try fuck around and doing some other shit, and they just roll with what's working, and it works for them, and they just keep going. So yeah.
Yeah, I think my thing was they were down 14-0 at half. Missouri was. They came out 3 and out, and I was like, okay, well, that's not gonna help. And then in 4 plays, Texas A&M goes 68 yards, and they score a touchdown, and I'm like, yep. Now it's over because Texas A&M showed up at the third quarter and they just just played the defense they were gonna play and you couldn't do anything about it. And yeah, there's not much to say here, but I think Texas A&M needs to continue to get their credit, bro, because they continue to just win every game that's needed, bro, in any sort of way. And these last couple of weeks have been like the LSU beatdown and now the Missouri beatdown, and these are 2 teams that are ranked in the 20s, and they kind of just beat them down. And now both teams are unranked, and it's probably gonna go unnoticed once the end of the season hits because both teams are gonna be unranked. And maybe Matt Zollers isn't the best quarterback, but LSU had Garrett Nussmeier, and they had fired their head coach right after. So yeah, now the Texas A&M is gonna go on and go forward and have to play fucking South Carolina and Stanford and probably win both those games. But it's gonna come down to that Texas game at the end of the season where Texas is probably gonna be a top 10 team and it's not really gonna matter to Texas A&M because I think they're still gonna have a spot in SC's championship. Maybe not, depending on how things work out because there's other one-loss teams. But at the end of the day, bro, Texas A&M is probably in if they win 2 out of the last 3, no matter how you look at it, as long as it's not Sanford. But yeah, shout out A&M. Oregon versus Iowa. You know, there was a lot of controversy over this pick. You know, me and VJ picked Iowa. We thought that they were gonna win. It was gonna be a bad day. It was gonna be very rainy, muddy. Defense was gonna be a big factor in part of this game. It's gonna be an Iowa type game. Oregon needed to play Iowa's game, and Oregon played Iowa's game, and they were able to win. Number 9, Oregon takes down number 20 Iowa at home. Doing the wave after the first quarter, I was like, oh nah. I ain't gonna lie. When it got the safety and it's 2-0, and I'm like, oh shit. It's gonna be one of them games, bro. It's gonna be a 9-5 win or some shit. But 18-16 is what it is. I think Dante Moore on that last drive for the field goal, he hit a beautiful pass. I'm talking about like cornerback was fucking damn near had a blanket over him, and it just went like I think under his arm. Like, bro, inches away, bro, centimeters away. Perfect pass. Shout out Dante Moore. That was a crazy pass. But I think Noah Whittington, bro, it was like fucking it was rainy, all that. But bro, they was grounding and pounding, bro. Fucking Kamari Moton on the other side, 87 yards. Fucking bro, I don't know what the fuck to say, bro, because it was a defensive battle. There's not much offense going on. But without Dacoria Moore, and without Kenyon Sadiq for Oregon, they still able to get it done, man. And it was mostly on the ground. I feel like Noah Whittington just kept having like these first down runs, and I was like, okay, this guy's a pretty good back finally. Like he's finally showing out, and it was this type of game that we needed him to go crazy for Oregon to win. VJ?
This is one of them games where you look at the score and you're like, this shit must have been boring. But if you actually watched it, you were damn near in your seat fucking like holding your breath every time because you didn't know what was going to happen. Like realistically, Oregon started off decently hot. You know, they had that early lead, but they just never could find that breakthrough. And then Iowa just, they almost
Clawed back in,
shit.
bro.
They almost did that shit, bro. I remember watching Iowa's final drive to take the lead. I was like, oh my gosh. If the defense could just get just one major stop, this is it right here. This is what you need. You get this stop, you're arguably in fucking the top 12 play. Like you could argue make that top 12. Realistic if you beat Oregon. So then it's like, okay. It's like, all right, this is it, Iowa. What do you got? And Oregon just had a beautiful drive. I can't even say Iowa did bad. They just had a beautiful drive. Obviously, you just explained the throw to the on the sideline boundary on the right side. Beautiful. I was like, yeah, game's borderline over, but that was a beautiful pass. And obviously the kicker of the Oregon this year, this game was nice, bro. I think he made 3 field goals, all in like the pretty shitty conditions of the weather that Iowa had. So kudos to him. He definitely borderline MVP of the game because those were big kicks that he had to make.
Nah, that Iowa kicker hit a 58. I'm like, this is college. This is college we're talking about. 58? Shout out him.
This game actually was like very, very fun to watch. Low scoring, but it's like this is the epitome of Big Ten football right here. This is what I see as Big Ten football. These type of games right here where you look at the score, it ain't it, but you watch the game, it was everything that you kind of want, like a seat grabber, holding your breath, and just like, damn, this game is actually good as hell. So this game actually was probably one of the best ones I've seen so far. How about you, Ray?
Yeah. Man, they start off the game. Oregon started off. Well, not Iowa started off the game with a safety. I was like, shit. They fighting this terrible, shitty condition. Everybody's slipping. Everybody, the ball slipping out of everybody's hand. They can't get the ball going. They gotta just pound this shit. And then we start off with the safety, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, it was looking bad. Gronkowski, when that ball went into the end zone, he was trying to get out there. He tried to lift the ball up, get out there. He missed it. He had to fucking basically fucking play with the fucking ball at the end to barely get the ball out because them Oregon defense was on his ass. They was right there. So if he
talking about the safety,
yeah, like how he basically fumbled it. He was like literally he went to do it with his hand, missed it, and no, he didn't put enough power on it, and it was in the end zone.
I thought it was a punter.
Was it a punter?
Wasn't they trying to punt it? I think it was the punter. I think it was
was
like,
Oh,
he missed it. He missed it. It went over his
oh.
head and he kicked it out of
and he
bounds.
tried to
I
kick it. He
kicked
tried to kick
it.
it
Yeah,
out of
he
bounds
missed
and
it.
missing it. Had a fucking leg.
Yeah. My fault. So yeah, so he tried to like fucking like basically once that ball was in the end zone, he tried to fucking push it out, but he ain't put enough fucking pressure on it, and then he had to kick it, missed the kick, and then finally like it looked terrible. But all that matters.
Play, though.
Yeah, definitely. So it started off like that. Like, damn, this is about to be a very, very difficult game for both teams. We gotta just see what Oregon do. Oregon comes out and they pounded the ball. Anytime they passed the ball, it was a quick pass. You know, a little like screen or a little jet sweep or a little quick slant. Just something quick, just to get out the ball out there, just to keep the Iowa defense. You know, make sure like, hey, we might take shots down. Make sure we still we were obviously all offense. You know, especially Oregon offense. You know, they're high power offense, whatever. You know, they're not fighting shitty conditions. They're letting this bitch fly. So they always wanted, you know, Iowa to make sure they had that in their mind. And you know, when it came down to that final drive, what did Dante Moore? He threw that shit sideline, bro. Literally, bro. I seen that pass. I'm like, bro, you fucking kidding me, bro? All the time that ball was about to go like flying through the air. That's the type of pass that Dante Moore threw, and the fucking receiver caught that shit. I'm like, bro, this is fucking ridiculous, bro. And then I came down to that field goal kick. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. And then so yeah, I remember seeing Iowa. Was it Gronkowski when he did the fucking 6-7 early on and shit? I was like, yeah, buddy. I'm like, all right. So I was like, when I seen that shit, I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on here. But yeah, man, all in all, bro, Oregon, you know, they got it done through the ground, and it was very impressive because, you know, I don't see a lot of like ground game coming from Oregon. Obviously, they have it here and there, but like this game really shows like, hey, even though we get it done through the air, we don't really need to get it done through the ground. We got it done through the ground this game. It was through the worst possible weather condition. Everybody was slipping and falling, all type of shit, but they got it done. And yeah, shout out to the kickers keeping all the games in, bro. Like I said, bro, going into November, every kickers on every team, they need them reps. If you don't got them reps, it's gonna be looking rough for fucking every other team. So yeah, Cameron.
Yeah, this is Oregon's like kind of like the worst stretch they have for the season. And it kind of started off with the last game, bro. Wisconsin, they only won 21-7. We're gonna get into Wisconsin a little bit later. But then now they beat Iowa by 2 points. But this is kind of like the schedule where it's like, damn, that loss to Indiana, that was their only loss on the season. It was kind of like, oh, this Oregon team's looking like a championship contender because they're blowing out all these teams early. Was able to go into Penn State, beat Penn State, and then next week they lose on Indiana. Now they got Minnesota, USC, and Washington. And that Minnesota and Washington game is looking like more of like a unranked teams are going to be there for that. Oregon obviously going to be ranked, and it looks like that USC matchup might be the more important one out of the three. But you can't sleep on any of those three in the Big Ten. And yeah, Oregon trying to get back to championship contenders. But yeah, was able to get it done at Iowa at least. Now we move on to the SEC. We got a interesting game. We got LSU. Same with them 4 and 5 stars on the team, just like Penn State is, bro. Fired their head coach, went to Alabama, and I would just say they couldn't get nothing, bro. The offense looked the same, bro. Like, holy shit, bro. Did Garrett Nussmeier get injured again, bro? Did he run into a wall while trying to get into the stadium, bro? Like, yo, I don't know at this point, bro. But yeah, speaking of Nussmeier, he got benched. He got benched in this game. And yeah, we're seeing Michael Van Buren, Jr. Yeah. That's gonna be the new quarterback, I think, next year. So yeah, kind of, bro. He went 18 for 21, bro. Like, even though he couldn't make anything happen, bro, for the offense, bro. But like, I don't know, bro. That's crazy to get benched as a senior. You came back for championship hopes and you get benched. There was another benching in the SEC that was a little bit more comedic, but this one was kind of like sad. Not gonna lie, bro. I'm like, damn, number 4. They're only down 11. They only lost by 11, bro. I don't know, bro. Yeah, Ty Simpson, did his thing, 21 for 35. I always hate watching him. As a Julian Sand fan, I hope this guy throws 7 interceptions in the game. I couldn't give a fuck. Yeah, Jeremy Bernard over here throwing passes as well. But this run game still hasn't got established at all for Alabama, bro. 7 carries for 21 yards, 8 carries for 13 yards. It smelled like shit in that running back locker room. But yeah, we getting fucking Jeremy Bernard, they pass catchers is crazy. But Ryan Williams had the fourth most on the team with only 33 yards, bro. Isaiah Horton 2 catches. You got Josh Cuevos and Latzir Brooks. I don't know where the fuck he came from, but he became a pass catcher in this game and kind of a big impact on this game. So shout out him. But yeah, was there anything y'all could take from this game, or was this just how y'all expected it, bro? VJ?
Definitely not how I expected this game. I expected Bama to kind of just fluff, throw the passes a little more often because that's basically primarily their offense. Get the pass game rolling and get a bigger win essentially. But it just looks like these guys were just fucking. How do I explain this one? It's like they were forcing something that was not their style. Like they were trying to force, essentially try to get some form of run game when there's just not their style. And it just doesn't. It so happens that the LSU's fucking defense was basically stuffing the run, so it was like, fuck it, we'll just pass the ball, and they had success. Fuck it, let's run the ball again. Why? Why? Like, what's the point? You might as well just keep the pass game rolling and keep it moving. So this game definitely just like Alabama was they're trying to experiment, but it just didn't look good. And LSU basically just looked like they were challenged the entire game. I mean, they got nothing rolling at all. I mean, Nussmeier was fucking. I guess he was trying, but I mean, you can't get rolling. I mean, realistically, that whole LSU fucking team in general was fucking in shambles. No head coach. Team's all a mess, bro. Fucking Whit Weeks is dating Lane Kiffin's daughter, and ever since then, he's been injured every week. So I don't fucking know, bro.
He was talking to Lane Kiffin's fucking son on the sideline. I guess that Lane Kiffin's son's a fucking QB in the 2026 class or some shit, bro. He was talking to him. Bro, doing side missions, bro. You need to win games, buddy.
He's trying to recruit him.
Bro, you need to get fucking healthy first.
Bro, trying to recruit him, but he's doing his recruiting pitch. Yo, come to LSU, bro. You could ignore your dad, bro. Trust.
Now his dad's gonna go to LSU with him.
Hey,
He trying to convince the son to have that coach go.
Hey, LSU might need it at this rate.
It's the long game.
It looks like a mess because I don't know. This team right now just looks challenged. This is the team that we did not see from week one. I'm gonna keep saying that every time we do LSU. I'm gonna keep saying that this is not the team we saw from week one, bro. This team just looks mentally fucking challenged somehow, some way, bro. I don't know how. Alabama just keep doing their thing. They get the win. Like I said, this win definitely was not in the books how they would want it, but a win's a win regardless. And it's an SEC play, which is, you need it for the conference play, especially since it's starting to head towards the end of regular season where it starts to ramp up. So kudos to Alabama, LSU. I guess call Lane Kiffin. Get the whole Kiffin family out there. Might as well. Fuck it at this rate. So yeah, we'll see what happens. What about you, right?
Yeah, bro. Like I was watching this game, bro. I was all right. Let me see what LSU, offense can do, right? This game. It's like they have nothing to fucking lose, bro. Not my better go out there just throwing this fucking ball, bro. Bro, he did, bro. He threw the fucking ball and they took him out in the third quarter, bro. Like I was like, bro, what the fuck? It's not like he threw fucking picks and fumbling all type of shit. I'm like, what the hell happened, bro? I know we be shitting on this guy, Nussmeier, all fucking season long, and it's like, his fucking offense need to get going. And all of a sudden, it's like, bro, he's actually looking pretty solid, bro. I'm like, okay, then he keeping them in the games, somewhat. They just need to punch it in, punching it into that TD, and they never did, they kick a field goal, even though their first field goal, the kicker fucking kicked it far left because that Alabama, whoever coming off that edge, I was fucking scared the shit out that kicker. Made him kick it far left. Well, not far left, but basically far left. And I was like, damn. I'm like, shit. Well, all right, I guess that's how that's about to go for LSU. And I'm like, all right. I mean, at least that's my throwing a good ball. He's only 18 for 31, but obviously that's not how it was in the game. But then you go on the other side for Alabama. I'm like, Todd Simpson doing his part, bro. Whenever the ball fly out of his hand, it's damn near fucking completion, bro. Fucking, I seen fucking Ryan Williams catch a fucking crazy ass ball in the end zone. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? And then I see fucking Gervin Bernard fucking everywhere. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm hearing this fucking motherfucker name everywhere, bro. I'm like, damn, he's doing everything for Alabama. So it's like LSU could have done something, bro. But then they took, Nussmeier out the game. I don't know why. Maybe it's like, the 4 losses that he had, they're now taking it out on him on this game, even though he's playing a good game. I'm like, all right, fuck it, bro. Then, Michael Von Buren Jr. came in, the quick passes I seen. I'm like, this motherfucker throwing bullets. I mean, I guess it's better, but it's like, damn, bro, Nussmeier didn't do a bad game, bro. So, yeah. I see why Cam hate this man, Ty Simpson, because I do too, bro. I hate him because he's playing a good game, bro. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. I
don't hate him. I just hate watching him. I'm watching him to hate.
Yeah,
I hope he does bad.
Yeah, you watch him because you can see you hate him because he's good, bro. And I can see why, bro. That's why I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you, bro. So it's like, damn, I was watching him throw this ball. I'm like, bro, damn, god damn it, I throw a fucking pick or something, bro. He was just doing his
That's
part,
what
bro.
I wanted, bro.
But I'm like, bro, he was just doing
saying throw a pick. I wanted him to throw
exactly,
a pick.
bro. He was just doing his part, bro. And in my head, I'm like, bro, I see why Ty Simpson and fucking Fernando Mendoza's and fucking Heisman, 1, 2, 3s, whatever the fuck you want to rank them. And I'm like, god damn it, bro, these motherfuckers, bro. I just need a shitty game out of them, bro. But yeah, that's all I got. How about you, Cameron?
Yeah. The thing about Nussmeier was I look back at the drive chart and I see a sack in the third quarter. They were on, I think the Alabama like 17th or something like that. They basically had it. It was incompletion, 5-yard penalty. He took a 13-yard sack on 3rd and goal. So at that point it was 3 and I think 17, and they were trying to go for we're only down 7. Bro, he took the sack, and I remember him like running backwards or some shit, bro.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. And now that was his last play. They ended up kicking a field goal, and then next drive was fucking Von off 1700 or whatever fucking the quarterback's name was. But yeah, that was kind of crazy to me, bro. Like in the middle of the third quarter, bro. I know you didn't get anything going, and this is their drive chart. Missed field goal. When I seen they missed a field goal in the first quarter, I was like, yep, they're not locked, bro. They're not locked, bro. They're missing field goals off rip to take the lead early. Like, come on, bro. But missed field goal, fumble, field goal, punt, end of half. Field goal, punt, fumble, end of game. Like, that's just, 9 fucking points that show for this shit, bro, is crazy, bro. What the fuck happened to the LSU team that fucking produced fucking the 2 best wide receivers and the top 5 quarterback in the NFL, bro? Lock in, bro. This is not my LSU that I remember in Baton Rouge, bro. God damn. Brian Kelly smell like shit. He's also paid, so he can smell like shit. Anyways, I'm tired of watching this shit. I just don't know going forward. Is Nussmeier going to stay on that bench? Like, is this a Jackson Arnold, Ashton Daniels situation? Like, you gonna have to fight for the spot back? This dude had the number 18 jersey on. This dude changed his number to number 18 like it was the Block O. This was like synonymous to LSU. And he's getting benched? Yo.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This shit is sad. This is a sad world we live in. Probably the game of the week. Now, we got number 2 Indiana going on the road to Penn State. Penn State still has their 4 and 5 stars. That's what we was told a week ago. This team right here, they ended up blowing them out. But the number 2 team in the country struggled with them. And I don't got words for it. Omar Cooper Jr. That's the name you need to remember. Search that in your fucking YouTube if you don't know what I'm talking about. Go watch that touchdown fucking catch. It's the most craziest thing ever, bruh. Fucking this dude's getting pushed out of bounds, and I'm like, he got his left foot in, right? No, it was the right or some shit, bruh. It was the I don't know how the fuck he got it in there, bro. Gus Johnson and Joe Cloud on call. People hated that shit, bro. But it was the raw emotion of the game, bruh. If you was watching that shit, bruh, that was just how you felt in the moment. Like, what the fuck? This dude Mendoza took the fucking sack off rip on the first play of the drive, and I'm like, oh yeah, they gonna be struggling on this shit. Next fucking play to get the first down. I'm like, oh yeah, they're rolling now. And yeah, it took everything in Indiana's power to beat Penn State. And yeah, we're getting fucking Heisman talks about Mendoza when he has to lead a game-winning drive. My team doesn't even let a game-winning drive happen because we just blow teams out. But it is what it is, bro. I'm not biased, bro. It's Ohio State. VJ, how you feel?
This game was insane, bro. At first I saw it. I'm like, okay, Indiana should steamroll them, right? Number 2, right? You know, there talks about them possibly beating Ohio State or stuff. I'm like, all right, bro, you gotta prove it, I guess. Like, let's see if y'all can do it. You know, and Indiana gets off to like a decent early lead. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's kind of looking how it's looking. Bro, I don't know what happened, but I think starting from like the 3rd quarter, I think it just halted. I don't know. Penn State just woke up or something. They just got momentum, and next thing you know, it just switched, and next thing you know, Penn State's on it. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And there was a moment in time when Penn State scored that touchdown. They took the lead. I was like, oh my gosh, Penn State, this is it. You can break it. You can break all the allegations. Top 5 losses, no more. This is it. This is what you need right here. And then they choke. Oh man, it was tough. And it was
they didn't choke, bro.
It wasn't even a bad choke. It was just Indiana having crazy like luck on their side, and then the catch for the touchdown at the end was insane. Holy shit. 1 foot in, literally, shout out to the pod because that's why we have it based on that shit. 1 foot in all the way, bro. That shit was crazy. What a catch. Fucking the announcers going crazy. I was going crazy. I'm like, yo, Indiana, bro. Y'all barely scraped by, but that was probably the best way you could scrape by, bro. By fucking 1 foot in, game winning type of touchdown. Mendoza, essentially, they're calling this his Heisman type of game. I'm like, I don't know what you call this for him. I just call this one of the best dubs I've ever seen you can get in that type of moment. And I will say, Indiana, close game, but you got the dub. It is what it is. For Penn State, I ain't gonna lie, that's the most Penn State way to lose, bro. It sucks for them, bro. It's the most Penn State way to lose, so it sucks for them. But hey, man, we'll see what happens fucking this offseason, bro. Might as well leave it up there. Like, let's see if they even win one more game. Who knows? How about you, bro?
Man, I came in watching this highlight, bro. I already knew the score. I already knew what happened, and I'm over here watching. I was still on my seat. I was like, bro. It was their final drive, bro. I'm talking about we starting from the third quarter onwards, bro. This Penn State D lineman, they was getting to this man Mendoza, bro. I'm like, they are absolutely suffocating the fuck out of him, bro. I'm like, holy shit. And then, you know what's going on the offensive side? Nicholas fucking Singleton, bro. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's fucking doing everything on that fucking offensive side.
Finally.
Yeah, I know.
He's had such a bad season, bro. He came back and had such a bad season.
Yeah, bro.
This was the game where I'm like, he's back.
Yeah, I was hearing from an announcer like fucking Singleton finally, you know, coming alive, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, you telling me he's now coming alive? I'm like, I mean, no better time to fucking do it than against the number 2 team in the fucking country. I'm like, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. And then they take the lead. I'm like, holy shit, bro. All they need is a fucking stop. And, well, technically they did get a stop, but then they ended up punt kicking it back to Indiana, which then caused that whole fucking drive. And I was like, dude, bro, y'all need to lock it in one more. They could have fucking sealed the game with an interception, but you know the ball literally landed right in the middle between like the fucking the safety or whoever the fucking the linebacker. They literally watched the ball fall right in front of them that close. But man, Penn State tried their absolutely hardest, but yeah, I guess Mendoza just gotta keep his fucking Heisman campaign going. You know, even before who Amari Cooper even got that fucking TD, bro. Charlie fucking Becker, bro. He was doing it all as well, bro. Holy shit. The play right before, bro, he got 1 foot in as well, bro. Like, this man Mendoza was about to get fucking sacked. He threw a fucking prayer to this fucking Charlie Becker. And that boy Becker went up there, caught that shit, 1 foot in, fell out. I'm like, dude, every catch is going their way for Indiana right now. This is fucking insane, bro. I was like, damn, this is how Penn State about to go out. And then here's a play where fucking Mendoza threw that fucking ball and Omar Cooper coming to one. I'm like, bro, that is full heartbreaking, bro. Imagine, bro, like y'all tried your absolute hardest. Y'all need one more stop, bro, and y'all lose to barely 1 foot in toe tap. Not even a toe tap, bro. Fucking toe drag mid-air, man. I don't know what else you could have fucking done in that at that point, bro. So yeah, man. Shout out Indiana, y'all still undefeated. Mendoza, I guess. Haven't sealed it yet, but definitely have your Heisman moment. You know, I mean, we didn't struggle against Penn State, but you know, I guess a different story. I don't know. Maybe because they're in a Happy Valley or some shit. I don't know, bro.
Right. I will say Grunkemeyer played pretty well. Yeah. I think he's like settling in now. Oh. Nick Singleton had a game. Trevor Pena, the Syracuse wideout that transferred, one of the like 3 or 4 transfers that they had wide receivers, finally did his thing. It's too bad it's fucking 3 games to the last of the regular season, so yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that it took that long to get into stride. But yeah, this is a Surratt team that Surratt-less team. They didn't have Elijah Surratt, their star wideout, and Amar Cooper is kind of looked at like the better one, and he kind of showed up today, kind of. Only 6 receptions for 32 yards. They get the biggest play of the game, so that's all that matters. But yeah, now Penn State drops to 0-6 in Big Ten play, while Indiana is still undefeated, and they don't have much left in their schedule, being Wisconsin and Purdue. So somebody smells like shit. And it's the rest of our schedule. But yeah, I can't talk about trash schedules because I'm a Ohio State fan. Anyways, This is the 2-minute drill. I don't know why we call it that. Maybe we try to take 2 minutes to talk about every single game, but most of the games do not take 2 minutes to go over. But I'm just gonna keep you up to date with all the most Power Four teams, conference championship type games. That could lead to the conference championship, and very important games for the college football playoff sake. Start with this one in the Big 12. We got Houston, Friday Night Lights. You know I'm a Taven Jackson hater, but he actually played pretty well this game. He kept them into it. But yeah, he couldn't get it done. 136 yards, 1 interception, couldn't get a passing touchdown. He's throwing to nobodies out there basically. But yeah, Connor Wigman, 223 yards, 3 interceptions. Don't look at that. At least he got the win. And they were bad interceptions. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know what he was throwing at, but he had 82 yards on the ground, so he didn't accounted for 300 yards. Also had 3 interceptions. It is what it is. Cozio, supposed to be a great tight end going into the draft this year. Maybe like a day 2 pick. But yeah, shout out him. And yeah, not much to say about this game except Connor Wigman's pretty much that guy. Former Texas A&M quarterback from last year. Northwestern goes to USC and just gets dog white, bruh. I couldn't remember not one play from fucking Northwestern. Shout out Komalafe. He's a pretty decent running back, but yeah, he had to fucking catch and receive today, or fucking run and receive today. Basically had 150 yards accounted for him. Jaden Mayava trying to get back into it, 24 for 33, 300 yards. He had that terrible game last week, but King Miller just continues to do what he does. 15 carries for 127 yards, 8.5 yards a carry is fucking crazy. That's just who he is. Makai Lemon doing what Makai Lemon does. Jacoby Lane does what Jacoby Lane does. And yeah, not much to say here except USC's just trying to continue to roll. And they're trying to get a playoff spot with Iowa, Oregon, and UCLA left. Pretty tough schedule. Tulane. This is the most important game. One of the most important games we're going to go over today, fellas. Tulane at Memphis. We're talking about a one-loss Memphis team that only went down because Brendan Lewis was in a boot in the 4th quarter and couldn't play. So, Retzlaff and fucking Tulane lost last week to who? Who'd they lose to? The fucking Roadrunners out of UTSA, bro. I had to go and find their fucking letters because I forgot. They got blown out by UTSA, and now they kind of grab a spot above Memphis in the American League Conference, or whatever you want to call it, after this win, bro. Like, bro, Retzlaff was letting that shit go. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Need I say more, bro? Brendan Lewis always does his thing. Only 5 missed incompletions or whatever it's called. But now you take a look at Tulane's schedule, and they're like you said, they dropped Memphis 2 spots down. East Carolina is above them. But now it's kind of gonna be very, very interesting. Because I'm pretty sure North Texas. Wait, somebody plays Notre Dame this week. I think it might be USF. No, they play Navy. Bro, there's a Notre Dame team out there that because Navy lost to Notre Dame, which we'll get into later, bro, this doesn't count towards American Conference championship, obviously. But yo, Navy still controls their own destiny. USF, Memphis, and Army left. Very interesting how the American is shaping up right now. And yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. It's going down to the wire. And Tulane was kind of behind the 8-ball, and now they're in front of the 8-ball with that win on Memphis. Georgia at Mississippi State. Georgia handles the business. They don't need to come back because they just beat the shit out of Blake Shapen, and Kamario Taylor basically got fucking in the game. I forget if Blake Shapen was injured. I think he might have got injured on that, but Kamario Taylor came in when it was fucking the dust was settling and there's not much left to play for. But yo, look at this Nate Frazier guy, bro. 181 yards, 1 touchdown. They finally got a run game behind Chauncey Bowens. And yeah, Zachariah Branch, Oscar Delp. These are the pass catchers for what's it called? Georgia, that's kind of like shaping up right now. But yeah, shout out Kamario Taylor, bro. He's a great dual threat quarterback. I think the future is bright for him. It's just unfortunate that he gets in when it's like really nothing to do. He came in last week when Mississippi State was going head to head, I think, with Arkansas, and he was able to keep that game afloat for Mississippi State. Was able to score a touchdown, and then Blake Shapen came back in. He ain't come back in on this game. No, Georgia handled business. Don't need to come back in this game. And now Georgia has Texas next week, Charlotte, and then Georgia Tech. We'll see how Georgia shapes out after that one. But yeah, 3 games left. Let's see if they win all 3. SMU beat the shit out of Boston College, yo. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm getting pissed, bro. I watched Boston College games for this Grayson James guy, bro. And as you can see, he had 2 fucking attempts, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He like fumbled the ball and shit, bro. He didn't have the best game. Wait, he's a fucking senior? Yo, anyways, this guy came in. He got the start. and then he made like two fucking interception plays or whatever, and then got benched basically. Like he fumbled twice actually. He didn't throw two interceptions. He's fumbled twice. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It wasn't really his fault, bro. I'm trying to like vouch for him, but then fucking Dylan Lonergan shows up again, bro, and this dude takes over, bro. I think he's a transfer from Alabama. Yeah, this guy is like supposed to be a big deal. He didn't play good last game. He was injured half the season. That's why Grayson James was kind of in. He played. It was like once Grayson James had like two fuck ups, they pulled him immediately, bro. It doesn't really fucking matter because SMU beat the shit out of him. Shout out Kevin Jennings, but fucking TJ Harden, bro. I'm pretty sure this dude's he's a transfer portal senior. He's coming from UCLA, and this guy is fucking showing out this year, bro. He's been a big factor of the SMU offense, and now he showed out with 130 yards. So shout out him. Boston College, the future is potentially bright, hopefully. The fans showed out. It was a good fan showing out at the home stadium. Colorado, West Virginia. Scotty Fox Jr., the freshman. Juju Lewis, the freshman. Head to head. It was a great fucking matchup, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was very happy with Juju Lewis's performance. As you see, there's no fucking interceptions, bro. No interception in the Colorado game. Can I get a fucking round of applause? There was no fucking interceptions. Holy shit. Wow. They said he wasn't ready at the start of the season. In the middle of the season, it was like, let me get fucking Ryan Staub out there before Juju Lewis. Now look at Juju Lewis. He's shining, bro. Great throws. He had a lot of great throws. He's fucking lifting up this wide receiver core that's fucking dog shit with 200 yards to 2 pass catches. Finally, good shit, bro. As far as the running game, not a factor, but they end up losing this game, bro. West Virginia takes it, and I think that's 2 in a row. You beat Houston last week, and now you beat Colorado. Come on now, the freshmen doing freshman things. Oh, unlike freshman things. But 17 carries for 58 yards for Scotty Fox Jr. That's an underrated stat. He was able to fucking extend them plays crazy. But yeah, shout out Colorado for keeping it close. You know, they didn't get blown out this week at least. Good for them, man. It happened because West Virginia is fucking trash, and they have a freshman quarterback, though. But you got your quarterback for the future, though, at least. Ohio State, Purdue, we have the one, not the one for then. This is the one for then. We have the Buckeye Fan Film Room on. We record on Mondays. Drops on Tuesdays. It's gonna be the video before this one. Go and check that one out. We won 34-10. The kind of a blowout. Ryan Brownies smells like shit. And yeah, basically how the game went. Shout out Julian Sand. Shout out Bo Jackson, and shout out Jeremiah Smith. The Citadel. Yes, we're fucking playing the Citadel as SEC fucking teams in November. Can we not do this no more, bruh? Citadel's fucking trash. I don't know why they call themselves the Bulldogs, bruh. Fucking, what I say? I want to see Austin Simmons play. He played 7 for 12, 100 yards, bruh. Fucking Trinidad Chambliss, 29 for 33, 333 yards. A whole lot of threes, 3 touchdowns. Yo, Keywan Lacey, 3 touchdowns. You know, fucking, they was just dog walking this shit, bruh. That's exactly what I said, bruh. Look at all these pass catchers, bruh. The whole fucking lineup got in to catch a ball, bruh. Like, this shit is fucking crazy, bruh. We're talking about, this is in fucking, bro, they got out-sacked. How do you get out-sacked by the Citadel? Yo, anyway, bruh. Any fucking ways. I'm not going to spend no more time in this game, bro. 49-0. Maryland at Rutgers. This is an interesting game. I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm going to put some of the blame on Malik Washington, bro. As the freshman, I kind of like, you know, there's a lot of underthrown balls. There was kind of a lot of like bad passes, bad decision-making on his end. So he does get some of the discredit. But yo, this dude got 164 yards on the ground at least, bro. At least he's doing something out there, bro. He had a couple big plays, one for like 73 yards. Kind of fucking crazy. That was in like the first quarter. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be one of them games. It was not one of them games, bro. Maryland loses 5 in a row. Fucking Rutgers is fucking still good, bro. They got both their fucking running or receivers back. You see how deep the wide receiver room is? Not that deep. So when we play some, it should be Ian Strong, KJ Dub, DT Sheffield. These are the 3 best pass catchers. But look at Antoine Raymond. I left him the best for last. 41 fucking carries for 240 yards, bro. Yo. How the fuck do you do that, bruh? Yo, what is Maryland defense doing, bruh? Yo, I need the secondary to come in and play this fucking... Yo, just get everybody on the fucking line. 41 fucking carries is fucking insane, bruh. Please send help. Send the Navy. What the fuck? Anyways, Syracuse and Miami. The best thing that came out this game was fucking Fran Brown was about to square up with fucking Mario Cristobal. He was ready to fucking throw down. And then he told Michael Irvin after the game, don't get used to this shit. He was dead ass serious too. Shout out Fran Brown. I love him. Ricky Collins is back. You know, my boy, 12 for 25, 2 interceptions. Somebody smells like shit. And it's probably the fucking quarterback room for Syracuse. Filardi came back in, 3 for 3, 39 yards. Is what it is, bro. This whole team smells like shit. Holy shit, bro. It's terrible. It's terrible how bad this is. 7 sacks for Miami on a day, man. Carson Beck doing Carson Beck things. Malachi Tony throwing touchdown passes out here. Yeah, someone needs to stop him. But yeah, not much going on, bro. Just another Miami fucking beat down. Looks like they're back to their own selves. They just need to be ranked 18th to finally hit their strides. UConn at Duke. A very shocking matchup in my opinion. We talk about 2 basketball schools going head to head in football. UConn wanted to be in the ACC. ACC said, nah, you only got basketball, my boy. You gonna sit this one out. We'll pick up Duke. I think they should. They made the wrong choice, bro. UConn should have got in there, bro. UConn is now 7-3. Duke falls to 5-4, bro. And Dan admits that needs fucking help, bro. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. 2 interceptions. Some of it was his fault. Some of it's not, bro. He kept him in the game. He also fucking helped them lose, bro. It just is what it is. Nate Shepard, the freshman, true freshman. This is the name you're gonna hear in the next couple of years. 16 carries for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, bro. He is very he's very talented. So shout out him. Shout out the true freshman. But yeah, I cannot tell you much went on the UConn fucking offense. Not really, bro. They was just doing their thing, bro. They was just passing. They was doing whatever, bro. I fuck with ooh, let me not say that name, bro. I don't know how to pronounce that shit, bro. It look a little crazy. Shout out Joe. That's what we're gonna call him, Joe. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, bro. I ain't gonna lie. UConn just kept it close until the end, bro, and they was able to just get that stop.
I think the G is silent.
The G is silent.
Yeah, I think it's Fanano. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know English, but you know, everyone avoid that.
Yeah, I'll just call him Joe. He just looks like a Joe as well. Another basketball matchup type thing. Kansas versus Arizona. Arizona comes out to the dub. No Fafita was throwing that rock, bro. It may not look like it on the stat sheet, bro, but he's like Kyler Murray 2.0, bro. He's in Arizona. It may not be the Cardinals, bro, but it's the Wildcats, bro. I just hope he doesn't get benched. But Jalen Daniels playing his last season here. He's just doing what Jalen Daniels does, bro. Runs, throws, all the above. Doesn't really got help, but Emmanuel Henderson felt like he was everywhere on the sideline passes, the first down passes, all the above. But no Fafita, he's been talented, bro. That's why fucking who's the fucking Arizona wide receiver on Carolina, bro? Why can't I think of his name? Ted McMillan. That's why Ted McMillan went first round, because this dude was throwing the ball. Very short. I need to see his height actually. He might be like 5'10". I don't think so. I give him 5'9" if we're being good to him. But yeah. Arizona wins. They're 6-3 on the season. I just think they're a sneaky team if you do face them, maybe in a bowl game or something like that. But yeah, we got 2 great quarterbacks going against one another. And it smelled like shit on the field, bro. It really wasn't that good of a game from the quarterback side of things. But when we talk about the running backs, Jeremy Payne, Carson Hansen, bro, these guys kind of took over this game. It was kind of like bad going back and forth. But Jordan Dwyer and Eric McAllister for TCU kind of showed out. They were everywhere, but it felt like Rocco Beck, they gave up on Rocco Beck. They didn't want him to throw the ball at all, bro. 9 for 24. Maybe he couldn't throw the ball. I don't know. But it really felt like, bro, Iowa was just trying to like grasp at straws to try to come back into this game. As you can see, it was just, bro, 3-7-7. And then 6 in the first quarter, and then fucking they had to score 14 to make it close at the end. And yeah, I think the better team lost, in my opinion, bro. I think TCU should have won, bro. They let Iowa State come back and win, and it just, I guess it just is what it is, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. TCU made it look good while losing. That's all I can say. But shout out Iowa State. And I'm pretty sure they're on what, a 2-game? Yeah, they snapped their 4-game losing streak finally. It's been over a month, so shout out them, man. Now we go into an actual good game that we could have talked about, but I kept it for the 2-minute drill. Auburn at Vanderbilt. We're talking about Ashton Daniels get the full start. Jackson Arnold is no longer a thing. Probably going to transfer again. No longer should be in Auburn uniform. The senior out of Stanford, the Stanford transfer, and Jeremiah Cobb, bruh. Jeremiah Cobb, 115 yards accounted for rushing. Ashton Daniels, fucking 89 yards rushing. Yo, this dude looked great. He kept it very close. I felt like Vanderbilt was always playing catch up in this game. They were always trying to catch up, and then it was at the end. Auburn couldn't take advantage of the last drive they were given, and then they went to overtime. Auburn couldn't score at the end. It is what it is. But shout out Cam Coleman. See what happens when you actually throw to your good receivers? They get 143 yards. And then Eric Singleton also number 2, 100 yards. So shout out him for actually doing his thing out there. Diego Pavia does Diego Pavia things. It looked like at the start they were trying to hand this ball off. They were trying to give other people the rock to try to oh, it's not Diego Pavia game. Well, Diego Pavia is going to do his thing every time. 377 yards over the air, 3 touchdowns, 112 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. Good to note that Jay Cinco and Sketch was in the crowd. They were on the field and shit. They was dapping up fucking Diego Pavia after he scored and shit. I'm like, okay. That's the good luck charm. That's what won the game, I feel like. But yeah, shout out Trey Richardson. I don't know what the fuck he was doing on the field to get 124 yards. He only had 3 receptions. But Eli Stowers, the NFL tight end, 122 yards accounted for, 12 receptions. They just kept giving that guy the ball, bro. That's what it felt like. But yeah. Shout out Vanderbilt for tweezing this one out. This is what SEC play is all about, bro. Auburn's the best 4-6 team ever. That's what people keep saying. Now we move on to some sad Big Ten news as Washington goes down at number 23. They lose to Wisconsin on the road. This is Wisconsin. This is what Wisconsin does, bro. They play you very close, and we need to fucking have fucking Sean West, fucking our freshman fucking place kicker, have the most fucking receiving or passing yards in the fucking game. This dude did a fake fucking punt and fucking he was the one that fucking got the most yards as a fucking punter on his team, bro. They played like fucking 17 quarterbacks, bro. Carter Smith was the freshman. He kind of got the start. Wisconsin fans are like, yeah, this guy might be the guy, bro. He had 8 yards on the game, bro. He threw for 3 for 12. Yo, bro, you give it to Ituka and fucking Carter Smith on the keeper, bro. This is literally the game plan. 19 carries, 15 carries. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It felt like, bro, for Washington, bro, 20 for 32, bro, it felt like everything was shut down for them, bro. They could not advance drive. They could not do shit. Yo, Jonah Coleman, I think, is injured now. 5 carries for 2 yards. Yo, bro. Yo, Damon Williams, 19 carries. Are we fucking serious? It was kind of sleek out there. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think it was a rainy game as well. But, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Nothing happened, like, for Washington's offense, bro. This is exactly what happened with the Michigan and Ohio State game. I don't know if this says more on Wisconsin's defense or Washington's offense. I don't know. But, yo, they just kept it close, bro. All Wisconsin had to do was keep it close. And then it was like, oh, shit, it's about to be the end of the game. We got the ball. We have to get this first down on 4th down. They didn't get the 4th down. So, yeah, Wisconsin finally gets a win in Big Ten play. And probably their first win since fucking September. And they had 2 wins and then fucking 19 straight losses. Yo, shout out Wisconsin. At least they won and basically eliminated Washington from any playoff contention talks. Stanford at North Carolina. Yeah, Gio Lopez is still trying to win games, and he's won this game. It's against Stanford. Does it count for much? Not really, but when you're a UNC fan, you got to count all your wins. And you're going to count this one. Not much to say here, bro. I'm not going to lie. Demon June, bro. I don't know where the fuck he was at, bro. 3 carries for 4 yards, bro. This dude had 100 yards last game, bro. Where was he at, bro? I don't know if he's injured. Hopefully not, bro. But yeah, it is what it is, bro. I don't got much to say about this. You beat a 3-7 Stanford team. Hey, we forget, bro. Stanford beat fucking Florida State. Anyways, but UNC beat Stanford, so it is what it is. All right, another ACC game. We got Wake Forest knocking off the number 14 team in the country. I said it was gonna happen. Virginia was gonna lose eventually. Number 14 goes down, and it's because Chandler Morris was out. He got injured in the second quarter or something like that. And yeah, fucking Daniel Kalen, bro. He wanted to make me nothing. Didn't want to make me kill myself in GTA. But this guy's fucking trash, basically. Basically the story of the game. 18 for 28, bro. He couldn't do nothing, bro. This offense was so much different without Chandler Morris, and it's not even funny, bro. This shit is fucking crazy. They had 3 fucking lost fumbles and 2 off this guy. But yeah, Damon Claiborne, this guy I heard about in the offseason, running back for Wake Forest, could do something. 25 carries for 75 yards. Not the best averages, but it felt like he was doing his thing. Robbie Ashford's fucking trash. Maybe I'm a little too harsh, but he is not that guy. 46 yards accounted for, but they won 16-9, bro. It was basically fucking Wake Forest couldn't score, Virginia didn't score. They were both passing around the W, bro, and then Virginia was like, I don't want the W no more. They just snatched the L from Wake Forest, bro. Wake Forest wasn't even offering the L, but Virginia decided to take it. Is what it is. But yeah, Wake Forest, I told you, bro, they were like 5-3 going into this game, bro. They could do something. They end up knocking Virginia off at home in a shocker with Chandler Morris. I don't know what's he gonna do onto this point. I think he's week to week. California knocks off Louisville, and the ACC is now a bloodbath. It's wide open. ACC teams just go down left and right this week. And now, Sakapatelli. I've been telling you about this freshman quarterback out in Cal that's been throwing this fucking rock every week. And he decided to throw for 300 yards, 30 for 47, 2 touchdowns, bro. If Cal's not paying him, I promise you, a SEC or Big Ten program is gonna pay this guy the big bucks, bro. I swear, this guy is fucking legit. He has a fucking Jacob DeJesus, 16 receptions. This dude was catching, bro. They had him catching fucking behind the line of scrimmage. They wanted this dude involved as much as they possibly could, bro. Why? Because he had the drops last week. He's still the best option at wide receiver right now, and he put up 158 yards and a touchdown to help Cal go over Louisville in overtime. And yeah, it's kind of a gutsy call because it was 4th and goal in overtime on the 4-yard line. What do they do? What does Cal do? They're down 3. They can just kick the field goal and go to the second overtime. They said, Sakapatelli, DeJesus in a flat, 2-point conversion. It just is what it is, bro. Gutsy call, and now we're seeing, again, Duke did it to Clemson last week where they went for 2 and got it. The week prior, UNC went for it, I think against Clemson or some other team, and then they end up losing. And now Cal goes for 2 or goes for the touchdown in overtime, and they are able to get it. Gutsy call. It's a win or lose situation, bro. And yeah, not to say Jacob DeJesus can also throw the ball. They had like 3 dropbacks for him, 2 passes and 27 yards for him. But Raf, 83 yards. But let's go to Miller Moss. What was missing from this Louisville offense? Isaac Brown. Isaac Brown's probably done for the season. He's their big running back. But Keywan Brown, I had to like say, wait, did he change his name? Wait, where's Isaac Brown at? Oh, season-ending injury. He's gone. Keywan Brown jumps in for 14 Ks, 136 yards. Okay, this guy's good. Chris Bell, not really a factor, 49 yards. He has some big plays, but I really wanted to see him more in the second half. He really didn't do much in the second half. And Miller Moss did all he could. He had a bad interception, threw in a double coverage. That was like the second quarter. It is what it is. But yeah, Cal does the unthinkable and beats Louisville, or not undefeated, but now a 2-loss Louisville team. Both losses in ACC play, and now a Louisville team that I thought could go to the ACC championship is probably eliminated at this point. Speaking of ACC, we're still on the ACC. Florida State loses to Clemson in pretty convincing fashion. Tommy Castellano, yeah, he had to run it most of the time, and he also had to throw to Deuce Robinson. This is just the same story every time. Clemson was just better in this game. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Cade Klubnik looked like Cade Klubnik out there. Threw for 221, seven what's it called? Missed throws or whatever, incompletions. Antonio Williams, TJ Moore, bro. These are the names you should be hearing about. With Wesco being out, 62 yards, 37 yards respectively. Not much going on, bro, but yeah, it just was a dogfight, and Clemson was able to win, and Dabo keeps his job for 1 week longer. Mike Norvell, he should have been lost his job. I don't know how he still has his job. Anyways, Navy goes on a road to Notre Dame. They play it close early. It's like a 21-10 game at half. I'm like, oh, nah. Navy about to do the unthinkable. They don't got no Norvath because he has an upper body injury. Their best player that does quarterback and running back at this point, leads them in both categories, is off the field. Yo, they're able to keep it close still. They got 2 pass catches. That's just Navy's offense. But, yo, this is how crazy it was for Navy to be undefeated up to that point. Losing to North Texas and now losing to Notre Dame. Yeah, Jeremiah Love's still that guy. Jadaean Price still gets some fucking Ks. That looks good. Malachi Fields, you don't know who's going to be the best pass catcher on this offense for Notre Dame at times. Sometimes it's Malachi Fields. Sometimes it's Faison. Sometimes it'll be KK Smith, bro. It just is what it is, bro. CJ Carr is looking better and better every week. 13 for 16, very efficient. 218 yards, 3 touchdowns, bro. Didn't have to do much in this game, but that third quarter definitely was a difference maker in this game. And now we go on to the SEC, and it's looking sad out there for Florida. DJ Lagway gets benched. He's benched. I don't know. People are saying that he's probably going to transfer, and I was like, I don't think he's going to transfer from Florida. He just got benched. He threw 3 interceptions, and it never looked good, bro. It never was close. I feel like that second quarter for Kentucky, they were just able to just fucking choke them out in the second half. They didn't have to do too much. They was waiting for DJ Lagway or fucking Traymel Jones to do something, and neither one of them did nothing, bro. Shout out Cutter Bowley. I'm seeing fucking what's his name on fucking IG Live flexing his money. Calzada. He was the fucking senior quarterback at Kentucky. He got paid by the NIL deal, and yeah, it was like his 6th year, and he was like, "Yo, you're hating because I got my paper up." And fucking throwing his money on the ground like he's a fucking rapper or something like that. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's not starting. Cutter Bully took his job. And yeah, not much going on over here, but I think Florida just lost their second wide receiver. I think Vernell Brown's going to be out for the season now. He got season-ending surgery. And yeah, Jaden Ball is still there, but yeah, this job is looking less and less meaningful every single week, man. This sucks, bro, because Kentucky is a bad team. And the fact that you got beat by a freshman quarterback and Lagway throwing 3 interceptions in the first half, bro, it was just like, wow. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on over there, bro, but y'all not playing at Lagway strengths. And sometimes I put on Lagway because of decision making, but I don't know who to blame it on now. Maybe the offense coordinator, maybe the QB coach, all the above. Anyways, we got a nice, convincing win for Nebraska. Nebraska, TJ Lateef. I ain't gonna lie, he's looking like that guy. I'm hearing rumblings. Hey, Dylan Raiola? Yo, we want TJ Lateef to drop back and be able to use his legs. He had 31 yards on the ground. It is what it is. But this dude's a dual threat, bro. He's a dual threat, bro. This I don't know what to say. This dude's from Compton, went to UCLA, decided to get the win in UCLA, came back to the home team to fucking beat their ass. 13 for 15, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, kept them in the game. And Emmett Johnson, 28 carries, 129 yards. This dude's getting all the carries in the world. And he decides after he scores his touchdown to hit the little Heisman pose. I'm like, yo, we're not talking about you in the Heisman, my boy. Please sit down and stay in the Nebraska corner's spot. But it is what it is. Shout out Nico. Didn't play a bad game, but it was really all him, bro. Jane Berger had a touchdown. Is what it is. Nothing much for this offense to get going. I'm like Mikey Matthews. Yo, you are not Mike Matthews from Tennessee, bro. I don't know where the fuck you came from, but you are relevant. Please change your name. But yeah, not much going on here, bro. Nebraska was able to get 3 sacks, and UCLA didn't have a sack. You remember when Dylan Raiola was fucking, have to weave through traffic and shit? Well, TJ Lateef just dropped back and was able to fucking avoid them sacks. So I'm not saying it's the offensive line fault. I'm not saying Dylan Raiola's fault, but TJ Lateef looks like that guy after next year. If he's able to stay with Nebraska and they're able to pay him. I don't know, though. But this is a good first game for him. That will conclude 2-minute drill. Thank you.
WWW. It's funny that you you finished with the UCLA game, because I seen something about UCLA finalizing them moving stadium. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, they're moving to a SoFi, right? SoFi.
Yep. SoFi.
Yeah.
SoFi Stadium. Yep.
Yeah. So
away from Rose Bowl.
yeah, so they finalized it. I didn't know how true that was. I seen it, but I didn't know how true it was. So
I don't know if it's true still, but I know what you're talking about.
I seen it. So yeah. So I don't know. How y'all feel about that? UCLA.
It's good.
It's good,
I think
really.
The Rose Bowl should be. I think the Rose Bowl should be like catered to like special events, not just regular home games for UCLA, especially when they're shit.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That big ass beautiful stadium used for UCLA.
Yeah. I was seeing. Yeah. Cities file. Yeah. Apparently, like, fucking UCLA have like something talking about they supposed to be here for fucking however many fucking years still, but I don't know how that's going to be settled. I don't know, but yeah. So there are apparently some fans from UCLA talking like, why would they do that? You know, the only reason why UCLA is even relevant now is because of their tradition and culture. That's the only reason why UCLA is relevant. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's a change of culture. I don't fucking know. It's like, but yeah, I always thought of the Rose Bowl should be like, you know, for the Rose Bowl, bro. I mean, obviously, that, I feel like that's nowadays. That's how we think about it. You know, it's like I would go to the Rose Bowl, you know, but UCLA play there. They're fucking trash though. But you know, it's like disrespecting the stadium damn near. But you know,
you play the Rose Bowl whenever you play UCLA at home.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I got to feel like.
Exactly. Yeah, but it don't even feel like Rose Bowl because fucking UCLA trash. But it's like at least you in the Rose Bowl. But yeah. I mean, that's like really the only news I seen. I don't know if it was finalized yet, but it went from a rumor / like it was being brought up to then all of a sudden I seen another post talking about it seemed like they're finalizing it. I'm like, oh shit, I don't fucking know what's going on. So I had to bring it up to y'all heard that shit. BJ heard it. So yeah, I mean that's all I got. Y'all got any final thoughts? I mean, my final thoughts. It seemed like DJ Ugale is back in the league, back in college football. Yeah.
Yo, we back on that bench. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Bro got bench.
Yeah, that's crazy. Any final thoughts, VJ?
I'm good.
Cameron? Oh,
nope.
Alrighty.
It was Pitt. It was Pitt that was facing Notre Dame, and their head coach for Pitt was like, "This game doesn't matter, bro. It's not the ACC. Well, this is not an ACC game." It was interesting. But we'll get to that in the pregame show.
Yep.
Ranked matchup.
Yep. Alrighty. So yeah, it's been one for them podcast. The pregame for week 12?
12. College football playoff rankings dropped tonight as we're recording this. Already dropped when the video goes out.
Yeah. So y'all, will see if y'all want to hear our live reaction. We go over it this Thursday live. If you're interested, go down link in the description. It's my link right there. So it should be rack. When you click that link, it should take you to a page where it give you all my social media. Just find the one that says Twitch. Go click that one, and it'll take you to Twitch page and follow me over there. Hey, we're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. EST. If you're interested and you want to talk about Buckeye fan room, Ohio State, come over there. If you want to talk about 1 foot in, you want to talk about the rest of the world of college football, hey, tune in Thursday. We're ready to chat it up. But yeah, other than that, thank you, VJ. Thank you, Cameron, showing up with your, analytics and your 2-minute drill, all that good shit. But yeah, it's been us to 1 foot in. If you guys made it to the end of the video, and if you guys are new to the channel, consider clicking that subscribe button, as it help out the channel a lot. But also, since you're already down, also consider clicking that like button as well. But other than that, we appreciate all the love and support. We'll catch you guys when we catch you next. Peace.